Now, in the previous session, we saw how the R interface looks like. And now, in this session, we want to explore or just understand how we can locate all the datasets that we have in R. That's what we'll be doing in this session. After this session, we are going to pick a number of projects, like a number of datasets in R, and treat these as projects that we can use to build our early portfolios. So I'll first be able to look at the library and return all the datasets we have in R. You'll see most of the common datasets have been used by different public resources. R is an open source data or statistical package, statistical software. So I'll for data analysis. So you can see here by just writing this line of code, library into bracket help is equal to into quotes datasets, returns the documentation for the package datasets, which is storing all our datasets. So from here, you can see common datasets like air passengers, which is showing the monthly airline passengers numbers from 1949 to 1960. So someone can do analysis on that. Some other common datasets also include the Titanic dataset is also here. And also we have air quality dataset, which is also here. And we have cars dataset, which is also there. And there are more iris. There are more datasets that are actually popular. So in the coming videos, we'll be exploring these datasets one by one. Of course, in the most common datasets, one by one as projects, so that we can build our R project portfolios. How to load a dataset in R? Let's say you want to load the iris, so you just say data in bracket, maybe iris. Just like that, you'll have loaded the iris dataset, and we'll see when I just run. To run, you just click run here, line by line. Of course, R executes line by line. So just go to the last and just click on run, or you can highlight the specific lines of code you want to run, and you just click on run here, the first run, so that it can execute. So you can see that means that this data has been loaded. When you look at the environment, you can see that we have the iris loaded there. So when I want to see a few lines of this dataset, or the first 5 rows of this dataset, I just run a method or function called head. Then I call the name of the dataset. You can see here. So if I also want to any other dataset that is built in R, like air quality dataset, dataset can also run, and it will also show the variables it contains. If it's Titanic as well, can also Titanic. Okay, so you can be able to see all those variables for different datasets. This is now the Titanic dataset, and we'll be exploring most of these datasets. Only that now, for now, we have loaded our data R to the memory, showing the observations we have for this iris dataset. You can see it has 150 observations and 5 variables. And we also have R methods like dim, which actually also shows the dimension. of the dataset. I see it has 150 rows and 5 columns. So on console is where we are able to see the execution happening and the common output. But if it's a plot, we'll be seeing the plot on this other side. Okay. Now, in the coming sessions, we'll be now exploring one of these datasets as an R project, end to end, as a playlist. Thank you. See you in the next one.